What's going on, YouTube? Noah 5 Ash back with another Road Back to 1,000 today. A little tournament recap for you guys. Shot +5 out there at the Emporia Country Club. And not a bad round. I mean, I was throwing the disc pretty well. I just didn't execute early on some putts. Was hitting low cage quite a bit, and by the time I got it up, it was just a little too late. And then I was like trying to make up for missed shots. Was kind of turned some birdies into bogeys, trying to push it too hard. So ended up shooting +5. It's not bad, but not great. I got room to improve tomorrow. You know, just if I just got like if I got all my circle 1 putts up, or not even circle 1, just like 25, because I had like 2 or 3, maybe 4 25 footers today that I should have connected on for birdie that I just kind of barely barely low. But I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I'm just going to get out here, get back to the grind, get back putting, and then yeah, should be good to go tomorrow. By the way, guys, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I am sponsored by Gateway Disc Sports. Obviously, you guys probably know that. But if you guys go to the Gateway Disc Golf, I think .com, just search up Gateway website, just Disc Golf, Gateway Disc Golf. It'll pop up. Go onto the website, and if you guys are ordering anything, please use code 5ASH at checkout. I think it's all capitals, so just the number 5 and then ASH. So I would really appreciate you guys if you guys hooked it up and used the code and stuff. It's a big deal for the sponsors, you know, that to show that you're moving plastic and selling frisbees, and so I really would appreciate you if you guys were out there supporting the code. And so that's pretty much it for the little tournament recap. You know, just get the putt up tomorrow, stay confident, throw it closer, and yeah, hopefully we'll do a little bit better tomorrow. There's some guys coming in on 18, so after they come in, I'll start putting for you guys. Just show you the stroke, you know, just show you the stroke. I've been dropping the left arm down. I used to keep it up, so been dropping that down. It's been feeling good. So yeah, we'll just get out there and start getting some putts up for you guys. I should have a shipment of frisbees coming in over in the next stop. I think that is 303. We're going out to Colorado. It is a USDGC bid, so I always like to, you know, try my best at getting the opportunity to go play in the USDGC, just because that's one of my favorite tournaments. I play that course well, and I just love that. I just love the vibe out there, and it's just one of my most iconic classic tournaments that I love watching, caddying, you know, spotting for. I played in it, not last year, but the year before and the year before that. So I played it at 2 years. Didn't make it last year, so I'm gonna try and make it this year. You know, I'm just trying to get back to kind of where I was at and just kind of get that confidence back. And I feel like it's coming along. You know, definitely showing you guys the process and keeping myself more accountable is helping. So I'd recommend you guys trying to keep yourself more accountable by filming yourself and stuff like that. So let's get some putts up. I feel like I was missing putts so bad there for a little while that I was like, I'm almost scared to let them fly a little bit. So that's what I kind of was doing today. I was just kind of I was being too timid on like the release point. I just need to know that I putt with a good pace, right? I'm never putting like crazy hard or anything like that. I'm usually putting pretty soft, on the softer side. And so as long as I get it up and give it a chance, I feel like it's good. Today it was just like, I just kept hitting cage after cage after cage after cage. And then by the time I got one up on like from circle 2, it felt really good. Felt like it was coming in. It hits the side of the like cage and it does like boom, one of those rolls to like 30, 28, 30. Ended up missing that one just on the cage too. So I was like, damn. So just got to kind of let it fly, you know. Don't be so scared of watching the disc get up in the air, you know, and cruise a little bit. I was just kind of putting just a little timid. It's kind of like that. It looked absolutely perfect out of the hand, and it just like hit the side. But it was more from like circle 2's edge instead of circle 1, and it just kept rolling. Talking to some Gateway boys after the round today. We were just chit-chatting about some frisbees, some plastic molds, what we think we need to tweak out a little bit, just because, you know, Gateway's great. They're coming out like with better plastic every single day, but we're still, you know, we're still tweaking it. Like, this stuff is good for, like, you know, it's pretty good, but it's just like some of it's a little flippy for like the 600-foot throwers like me, Cupcake, and this new guy named, that new guy on the team named Kyle. He's one of my buddies. He's been on the team now for a little while. He's pretty cool. I was talking to him today. He's super chill, super fun, super cool. So glad to get a good relationship with some team members, you know, just chit-chatting, just kind of just talking. Cupcake hooked it up with I think a Spell. Might have been a Spell bottom realm top. I don't know what it is exactly, just because doesn't have a name on it, but I think it's a Spell. Feels really good. So like, the Spells that fly good are the ones that kind of like, so like some of them dip down like this, like when you set them flat, some of them look like they're kind of dipping down. So the Spells that, for me, that fly really good, if you guys want a stable Spell, this is how, or just any Frisbee in general, right? I'll give you guys kind of like a lesson. So like a Frisbee, you know how it has usually that parting wing that ramps in and out, kind of like that, you know, it's doing like that number right there. It's kind of like a ramp, right? So if this side of the ramp is more up, right? If it kind of like exposes itself more, wind can get underneath it, and that means the disc is going to be more stable because there's more wind traveling underneath the Frisbee. But if the parting wing is like down, kind of like pitched down a little bit more, that end of the wing is kind of, you know, angled like that instead of that, like more up, it'll be a little bit on the flippier side. So that's some of the things that I've noticed that help big time with the Spells and realms. If you guys want a more stable realm or stable Spell or stable anything in that matter of fact, you know, it doesn't matter what Frisbee you're looking for, but if you're looking for the more stable one, look for the one, like when you set it flat on the ground, look for the one that doesn't dip down. Like, you don't want it to look like it's almost like pushing down. You want it to almost look flat to up a little bit, like flat to up, so more wind can travel underneath it. It's definitely interesting because I got, like, for me, I throw 600 feet, right? So I don't think about that 500 or that 400 or that 300 foot guy, right? I only think about me throwing 600. So I'll throw 600 with, you know, with one of the realms that's kind of more parted line down. That's good for a person who's throwing 400 or 350, but it's not the best for me who's throwing 600 feet, right? So it's like, you just got to find and really look at what's making the Frisbee do its thing, and then kind of find more of those, you know. That's how every company is. Every company has a little bit of inconsistencies in between molds, just because that's how every plastic blend cools differently. Nobody really has like a cool temperature. It's always just in the factory. So like certain times of years can change the plastic blends, you know, like this time of year, this plastic blend could cool down really well because it's not too cold outside. Well, like when the winter time hits, that plastic blend that we're running that comes out great cools down too fast, and it makes it shrink up too quick, and it you know, folds the parting line down, which is not bad for everybody, right? It's not bad for the 350, for the 300 foot guy. If it's really flippy, he would love to throw, you know what I'm saying? Like every amateur, for me at least, when I wasn't throwing very far, I wanted to throw destroyers, even though I couldn't throw destroyers, you know what I'm saying? Like, so finding ones that scale from flippy to stable is good for having multiple arms throw it, right? Because everybody wants to throw the big distance driver, you know. Ain't nobody wants to hear the throw a putter until you can, you know, get that one dialed, then you switch to it. Nobody wants to hear that shit. We want to fucking throw fucking distance drivers. I don't give a fuck who you want to throw a distance driver because you want it to go fucking as far as possible, you know. And so that's that's my tip for you guys. If you're looking for something more stable, look for that parting line that sits flat to up. You know, if you want something more flippy, look for the one that sits down to extreme down. So that's something to look at. Like, the stroke is feeling really well. I just was missing low today, you know. It's like I wasn't trying to throw it higher or throw it harder or anything like that. I wasn't getting down on myself, so I did everything right, you know. I'd say only 2 or 3 times throughout the whole round where I was like, man, that I just didn't do my my routine right. So if I do my routine, no matter what happens, it's a success for me. It doesn't matter if I take a double bogey, a triple bogey, a fucking quad bogey. If I went through every single step, you know, before each shot and before each putt, that's a win in my book. You know, I stopped looking at bad results as fails, right? Because it's not me failing. I just didn't execute. That's all it was, right? So if you can control everything in your power, breathe, go through your routine, pick out a link, do all these right things. If you do all those things right, then who cares what happens after you let it go? Because you did everything within your power. You know, you practiced the week before, you practiced the night before, you practiced hard. You've done everything you could. There's no point of self, you know, of putting yourself down. There's no point of telling yourself, oh, I just need to putt higher. You know, it's just, I was trying to make every single one of them today. I just ended up hitting low. So that's just the kind of mindset you need. It is what it is. Don't dwell on it too much. I should have switched putters because I have a nylon and a pure white in my hand, and I was putting with the nylon, and I was like, fuck, man. You know, I went old school baseball. I went superstition. I was like, all right, nylon's not going in today. I switch over to the pure white. Boom, I started jamming a couple, and so that felt good. So maybe tomorrow I'll start off with the pure white, and if it misses, I'll switch over to the fucking nylon just for fun. You know, it's nothing serious. Shout out Cupcake, Jacob Curtis. He hooked it up with one of a really nice spells. Like, I'll show you guys at the end of this video when I walk back. I'll show you guys the spell. It looks beautiful. It's got some nice dome on it. The parting line looks just like my other spell that flies great. So I'm excited to have a nice backup to the one that I have. bring you guys on this side. So I feel like from this side, you could see a little bit better of the form. I did have one of those, kind of like that first putt right there was just barely right, but it was on an elevated basket, so it kind of enhanced the miss by like twice as much, you know? I'm excited for tomorrow to make some corrections from the round and just, you know, just go try my best again, execute the game plan, think, feel, execute. Those are the game plan. That's the game plan, right? You think about what you need to do, feel it. So like let's say, boom, I need to throw hyzer. So I think about throwing hyzer, pick a spot, pick an angle, pick a power. Once I'm done thinking, now I try and feel that out. So whatever power, whatever angle, I'm trying to put it on that angle. And then I'm legitimately trying to throw that bitch on that shot right there, you know? And then after I feel it, right, I got that feeling of that, boom, that hip snap, that thing. Now you just go execute, you know? Execute, execute, execute. That's all you think. You think, feel, execute. Think, feel, execute, right? It's never like, oh, I don't have the feeling. I don't have that good feeling, right? Because if you're playing off feelings, you'll never play good. You know, you got to play off of fucking just pure grit. Just be gritty. You know, it doesn't matter if you're not feeling good, not feeling the best. You're never going to feel the best or feel the best, you know, or feel the greatest. You just got to be a dog out there sometimes. All right, guys, I think that's about it for today's little mini vlog. Just a couple putts, just to be dialed, just to feel dialed in, you know, just to get out here, say I got it in a little bit, you know. It's just good to get dialed in, you know. Keep the consistency going, guys. You know, they'll fall eventually. I'll be back up there eventually. I'm only 22. I know I look old with this mustache and the beard and stuff, but I'm only 22, guys, so I got at least 10 more years before I need to at least question what I'm doing. If I'm 10 years down the line and I'm still doing this, then we can kind of think about maybe making a little career change. But until then, we're gonna keep trying to execute. Shout out Gateway, guys. I love you for making the best plastic. David, I love you so much, man. We're like, me and David are like family, man. I truly believe it doesn't matter how bad I get at disc golf, he'll keep me on the team at least. You know, it doesn't mean my pay will be the same, but he'll at least keep me on the team. You know, he sees potential. He knows I can bang out with the best of them, and I know I can, so I'm gonna just keep working hard and keep trying my best and just stay confident. Get out of that like poor me mindset and back into that like dog mindset. So that's about it for today's video. I'll go run over and show you guys the cupcake disc that I got, and then I'll outro it over there. So let's hit this last putt for you guys. You just can't miss if you hold it. What's going on, guys? I finished up the putting. It's a little dark out. I grabbed the Frisbees. Shout out to Kevin Fraudry. I don't know. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, or I'm dyslexic, but he hooked it up with a little Spirit. You know, I lost mine in the water today on the island hole 16 there. So he hooked it up with another Spirit. He hooked it up with a War Spear. So I haven't thrown the War Spirit. I've only tried the Devil Hawk out. He said it was very similar, maybe a little bit closer to the bird. So I'm gonna have to do a review on the War Spear. And then he hooked it up with a Faudry. There it is. You can kind of see it right there. That's his last name. Yeah, that disc looks. This is a Mystic. So if you guys have never thrown a Mystic, very beginner friendly Frisbee. Super easy for hyzer flips. If you're having a hard time hyzer flipping stuff in the mid-range slot, go try a Mystic out. They're so easy to throw. It's awesome. I can get like a sidearm flight out of a backhand hyzer flip with that disc. And then Cupcake hooked it up with I think it says Spell in there. I think that says Spell. So yeah, that says SBL. So this is Spell. Feels really good. It looks like that parting line. It's not drooping down too much. It looks like it's flaring out just a little bit. So this one should be nice and stable. Should be looking good. I'm excited. I'm gonna try it out tomorrow in the field and see if it might be executed during the round. So we'll see you guys in the next road back to 1,000. Shout out to my mom and dad. I know you guys are watching. I love you guys. Shout out to Holly Finley. I love her so much. She's back there eating some chips and watching a movie. And then yeah, shout out to David McCormick. Shout out Corey Folkens. They're hooking it up on the side of the Gateway side. So love you guys and love all you guys. I'll see you guys in the next road back to 1,000. 106, I think, 107 maybe. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.